This video is on rotations around a point other than the origin. So we have already learned about how to rotate an object 90 degrees clockwise, which is the same as 270 counterclockwise. We have learned 90 degrees counterclockwise, which is the same as 270 clockwise. And we've learned 180 degrees clockwise, which is the same as 180 degrees counterclockwise. For each of those, you can use patty paper and turn your paper, or you can use the rules. 90 degrees clockwise switches them and changes the sign of your original X. 90 degrees counterclockwise switches them and changes the sign of the original Y. And 180 degrees clockwise changes both their signs. They don't switch places, you just change both their signs. These rules only work for rotating with respect to the origin. They only work if you're rotating with respect to the origin, which is 0, 0. Okay, let's do an example where we are rotating around the point 0, 1. 0, 1 is right here, and I'm going to put a star right there. That's what we are rotating around. And we're rotating the point A, which is at 3, 2. So that is point A. So you have a couple different options. You can still use patty paper, but this time, so that's your point A, you want to draw through the point you're rotating around. You want to draw across through what you're rotating around. And so I am going 90 degrees clockwise, so I need to turn it one time to the right, and I'm going to turn it until it lines back up with the star underneath. And so here's where it gets a little tricky though. This is your new A prime. You don't count from the star to give these coordinates. You count back from the original 0, 0, because that's how you give coordinates in math. Coordinates are always based off of 0, 0. Now we were rotating around 0, 1, but now I'm going to give coordinates, which is always based off of 0, 0. So that puts me at 1, negative 2. So A prime at 1, negative 2. Okay, now let's say you didn't want to use patty paper. I need to make a 90 degrees clockwise angle. So I would draw to the star, and clockwise goes in this direction. And to make a 90 degree angle, I need perpendicular lines. Well, perpendicular lines have opposite slopes. So if I find my slope up 1 over 3, I have to do the opposite if I want to make a 90 degree angle. Instead of going up 1 over 3, I would go down 3 over 1, and that puts me at my new point A prime. So you can use the patty paper or the properties of perpendicular lines. All right, let's do another one, number 2. Rotate the point A, 3, 2, 90 degrees counterclockwise around the point negative 4, negative 3. So I'm going to put a star there. Negative 4, negative 3. All right, we'll do the patty paper first. So So here's my point A, and this time I'm going to draw my cross through the star, and I'm going 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I turn my paper one time to the left until they line back up at the star. Okay. Now remember, when you count your new points, you always start from 0, 0 when you're giving coordinates. So this is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, -9, up 4. So A prime is -9, 4. That's A prime. Now, if you want to do it using perpendicular lines, you would draw a line right there and you would find the slope of this line. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was 5 over 7 was the slope. And I need to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I have to go in that direction and I have to make a right angle. So perpendicular lines have opposite slopes, so I'm going to go up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would also put me at A prime. All right, number 3, rotate the point B to -3, 180 degrees clockwise around the point 1, 1. So my point that I'm rotating around, I'm always going to put a star. All right, if you use your patty paper, this is point B. Draw my cross through the star. And remember, I'm going 180 degrees this time. That means I turn my paper twice. Doesn't matter which way for 180. So there's 1 time, 2 times. All right, so I need to base my answer off of 0, 0. That's how you give coordinates. So this is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the y-axis. So that's 0, 5 is B prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now remember, if I want to do this without the patty paper, 180 degrees makes a straight line. Makes a straight line. So if you find your slope up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, you would keep that same slope because you're doing the exact same line. So up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So that's how you could do it without the patty paper. All right, let's do another one. Rotate point B 3, -3. Remember, you can pause the video at any time, go back and replay whatever sections you need. And we're doing it around the point 0, -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my point, so I'm going to put a star there. All right, get my patty paper, draw a cross through that, and I got to make sure I put my point B there. All right, I'm doing 180 degrees, so I'm going to turn my paper twice, keeping it on that star. All right, let me find the coordinates of this. So it's over 1, 2, over -3, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So -3, -7 is B prime. All right, let's talk about how to get that without the patty paper. So 180 degrees makes a straight line. So if I find the slope of this up 2 over 3, I need to have the same thing, up 2 over 3. Or another way to do it would be to say, okay, I went down 2 over 3, I need to go down 2 over 3, and that would put me at B prime. It's got to make a straight line. All right, number 5, rotate the point 0, 3. Remember, always label these X and Y. So 0, 3 is right there. That's point A. It's point A. And I'm going around the point 2, 0. So I'll put my star there. All right, if I do my patty paper, draw my cross there. And here's my point A. And this time it said to go 270 clockwise. Well, you can do that. You can turn your paper 3 times to the right, or you could do a shortcut. 270 clockwise is the same as 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I could turn my patty paper just 1 time and go to the left. So let me do that. Line up my cross, and you see point A, remember count from the origin, -1, -2. So A prime is -1, -2. -1, -2, that's A prime. All right, let's do that without the patty paper. So you would connect A to the star if you were doing it without the patty paper. And 90 degrees counterclockwise is in this direction. So A has to move in this direction. And 90 degrees is a right angle, so those lines are perpendicular. So this slope was up 3/2. Perpendicular means you have to do the opposite, so I would go down 2/3, and that would put me at A prime. All right, number 6, rotate point C, -5, -2, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -2, so that's point C. Around the point 2, 0, so I'm gonna put my star there. 270 counterclockwise. All right, I'm gonna do it without the patty paper first, and then I'll do the patty paper. 270 counterclockwise is the same as what? 90 degrees clockwise. So I'm gonna connect these. Clockwise is in this direction. I always draw these little arrows because it really helps me visualize where direction I need to go. So clockwise is that way. Remember, 90 degrees is gonna be perpendicular. So let's find the slope of this line. So up 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2/7. And since it's perpendicular, I'm gonna have to do the opposite, which is 7/2. So you go back to the star, and go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now this is where people have trouble. I need to go over 2, and I need to decide whether I need to go to the left or the right. Well, remember, I need to make a right angle. So let's say I went to the right. That would put me here. And if you kind of draw an imaginary line in your head, that does not make a right angle. So I need to do the opposite. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over left 2. That makes a nice right angle. So you can always determine which way to go because you remember you need to make a right angle. So this point is at 0, 7 would be your answer for that one. All right, let's go back and test that with the patty paper. So here's my point C, and there's my cross grid. So I'm gonna turn my paper 1 time to the right, and yep, it lines right up at 0, 7. Remember, you can go back and rewatch any parts of this video that you feel like you need to hear again.